Hey team, so I wanted to film a video on the two different types of Romanian deadlifts that are in your program, straight leg and glute dominant. Hopefully you know the difference, but maybe you don't. And if you don't, this video will be very helpful. And I just wanted to go through a couple tips and pointers. Maybe they're refreshers for you. Maybe that it's new information. So when you see straight leg deadlift in your program, that means hamstring dominance. That means you're intending to use your hamstrings to do the work. When it just says Romanian deadlifts, that's glute based. So I'm going to do the glute based one first and then give you a couple pointers with it. Okay, let me just set this up. Okay. So with the glute based Romanian deadlift, your knees stay soft. They're not straight, right? Your knees have a slight bend to them. Abs are always braced, lats are engaged, and you're moving from the hips. You're not lifting and lowering the weights, you're moving the hips back and forth. Now, before you even move, I want you to initiate with the glutes. So kind of flex the glutes, and then think about pushing the glutes back, 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 until your hips stop moving. Here's your end of the movement. Now, when you're here, I want you to pinch in with your glutes. So kind of like pull your glutes in and down, and then pull your glutes into your hamstrings, stopping right about here. There's no resistance from here to here, and that hip thrust isn't really doing much at all. Okay, so stopping right about here, and then using that eccentric. So my glutes are still tense. They still have tension in them. Back, 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 back. Stop here. Pinch in, flex hard. Drive glutes down into your hamstrings. Keep tension. Drive hips forward. So I think if you think of that forward and backward motion with the hips along with pulling your glutes, like think about them pulling down into your hamstrings as you're pulling forward, that will be helpful. Okay, so straight leg deadlift. As the name suggests, your legs are going to be straight. It's going to also target your hamstrings. So the intent, right? Off the bat, you're thinking hamstrings to do the work, right? So think about flexing the hamstrings and then keeping them tense as you push your hips back and start to feel a stretch. Because my legs are straight, I'm going to feel that stretch in the hamstrings right away. Flex with the hamstrings, pull them up, stop right there. So even less range of motion than with the glutes. And then back down. Stop there, flex, and then back up. Okay, hold on. A couple things. I will. 1 second, Aria. If you feel it in your low back, make sure that you're not passing your range of motion. So a lot of times, maybe if your hamstrings are super duper tight, this is where your hips stop moving. That's where you're going to stop. My hands aren't even to my kneecaps yet. They're just almost to my kneecaps. That's your range of motion, right? Secondly, lighten the load, right? If you feel any pain, always go with lightening the load. Maybe you start with even 5-pound dumbbells just to get that movement and to start feeling the contraction and the tension in your hamstrings. Once you do, and that feels good, then you can progress the load. I think that's all. I hope that's helpful.